Imagine what would you do if I'll tell you that here with us on this platform there are 90 million Arabs. Arabs from Beirut and Arabs from Amman and Arabs from Baghdad and Cairo, but yes, also Palestinians from Gaza and East Jerusalem and the West Bank, and you could have asked them anything you want to know. You don't need to imagine that, because social media is the largest human library exists today in the world. In the Middle East, there are 350 million Arabs. 90 million Arabs are actively using social media. A third of the Middle East populations have voice. And you can hear them, ages 18 to 45, and in a region with no democracy and no human rights, today it's the only democratic and equalizing platform exists in the Middle East, and it's the only place in the world today with no borders. The only place with no borders. What I'm going to do now is to take you to a journey, and we are going to see what are the 3 top security challenges today in the Middle East. Not through my eyes, but through their eyes. And our first security challenge from social media today starts in 2014. You all probably heard about the Islamic State, ISIS. Well, in 2015 and 2016 that's come upon us, we are not going to talk about the Islamic State, but rather about the Islamic Republic of Iran. We're going to see how in a place who doesn't believe in vacuum or open spaces, when once go, somebody is getting in. And our story starts with the President of the United States that in the summer of 2014 drew for us his strategy how to win ISIS. Well, Obama says 2 things. He says, we are going to degrade them and ultimately destroy them. And then he says something else. He says, there will be no combat boots on the ground. Some of you know it as no boots on the ground. Well, immediately on social media, as you can see from behind me, the joke starts. Some says, okay, what does he expect? Should we put Birkenstock or golf shoes? Or maybe you think that we can finish ISIS walking on our hands. But when Obama said no boots on the ground, he thought about the Iraqi army. Because after so many years of equipping and training the Iraqi army, Obama said they will be on the boots on the ground. But in June 2014, when ISIS entered Mosul, the Iraqi army left the helmet, left the uniform, took the boots, and ran. Well, if no Iraqi boots on the ground, Obama thought maybe Arab states, Arab, Muslims, Sunni, so many states, but Obama didn't read the manual of the tyrant in the Middle East. You don't put your boots on other dictator ground if you don't want tomorrow that they will come to your neighborhood and put their boots on the ground. So if no US combat boots and no Iraqi boots and no Sunni Arab moderate boots on the ground, I want to introduce you. This is what you see here. This is not a plane and this is not a bird. This is Soleimani, Qasem Soleimani. Some refers to him as the Sean Connery of the Middle East, and some call him the architect of the Shia boots on the ground. And his boots, as you can see, are very much on the ground. You see picture from Dara and from Baghdad and from Damascus. He is everywhere. And instead of talking about the Iranian bomb, what you see here is the Iranian hegemony. But Houston, we had a problem because the United States wants to see inclusiveness. They don't like to be the Air Force of another Shia militia. It doesn't look good. So Qasem Soleimani thought, what am I going to do? They don't want to be the Air Force of another Hezbollah-like militia, so I'll establish something else. Something else is the Khashed el-Shaibi, the PMU, the Popular Movement Units. They're looking a little bit more like the Lebanese army, with 70% Shia, another mix of Sunnis and Turkmen and Christians. He thought that it will look good. But if I need to tell you one thing, don't let the names confuse you. Just look, if you want to know where is the Iranian hegemony starts and when it ends, please follow the yellow brick road. What you see on your left is Hezbollah flag. On the next to it is the Khashed el-Shaibi. So just look at the yellow brick road. Now we are moving to the second security challenge in the Middle East and how the Arabs see it through social media. The young and the restless. In the Middle East, 60% of the population is under the age of 30. 40% of this population is unemployed. And boy, should I tell you that this is not a recipe for stability. So all of you probably want to know what happened to these young people that we saw in Tahrir, in Egypt, in Tunisia, in Libya. So I'll tell you, if one road is blocked, you all know you are opening ways, but if all the roads are blocked, radicalization is next. And I'm going to show you how the track divide from top down and bottom up. So the first thing we're going to see, I'm going to introduce you to some names that most of you don't know, but they are today managing the war in the Middle East. On the top left screen, you see, this is Mohammed bin Salman, the Crown Prince of Saudi, the defense minister, and he is 34. Underneath him is Abdel Malek al-Houthi, the head of the Shia militia is in Yemen, and he is 33. Next to it, on the top corner, is Hussein bin Abdallah, the Crown Prince of Jordan, and he is 20 years old. And underneath him, some of you know the picture on the right side, others know the picture on the left side, but if you don't know him, this is Muhammad al-Jolani, and he is the head of the al-Nusra Front in Syria. He is also 33 years old. Another road divide, and some of you heard about them, some of you even see them, unfortunately, today in the city, the lone wolves. The lone wolf, I'll show you just 3 examples. One of them is Islam Yakin, an Egyptian boy fitness coach and graduate from School of Language in Egypt. Next to it is Tarek Amale Abu Yusuf, an Australian doctor, and Uthman Abu El-Kayyan, an Israeli doctor. And all of them joined ISIS in 2015. So when all the road is blocked and radicalization is next, but the genie is out of the bottle and it's not going anywhere. And last but not least, we live in a world of perception and images, and when war ends, the war on the narrative starts. We're going to see Iran and Saudi, 2 sides of the same coin, and how does it look on social media, how the war on the narrative is going on between those 2 states. So what you see on the screen is 2 cartoons, one of Saudi and one of Iranian, and both of them trying to show us the hegemony of the other one. Those octopus that sending their hands all over the Middle East. This is a Saudi cartoons and what they try to portray. All of you probably heard on the television about the Iranian proxy, whether it's Hezbollah and the Houthi movement in Yemen. So that's exactly what the Saudi cartoon is trying to portray, how Iran is trying to copy-paste Hezbollah in Damascus, in Baghdad, and in Sana'a, Yemen. On the other side, another Saudi cartoonist, 200 days ago, not many knows, a war launched, decisive blow in Yemen. Saudi do believe that they can end the Iranian hegemony in Yemen. As you can see from the cartoons, they believe that they will shut Iran's mouth, cut their ends. But Iran doesn't stand from behind, and they also have cartoonists. As you can see, there's not only Iranian proxy, but Iran understood the story, and they try to show us who is the proxy of Israel. So as you can see from here, they're trying to say that Saudi war in Yemen and in this region is a continuous war of Israel, and you can see how Gaza and Yemen alike, and who is riding on Salman, king of Saudi's back, Benjamin Netanyahu. We will end with that, as you can see, two-face. They call it on social media the Sisi-Netanyahu, and this is how Iran tried to portray the war on Yemen. So, to conclude what you heard now, the three top security challenges, if you want to know about the Iranian hegemony, please follow the yellow brick road. The young and the restless, the youth in this region is completely out of the bottle, and we will see them more and more in the coming years. And last but not least, two sides of the same coin, the war on narrative between Saudi and Iran is very much on. Now, I just want to ask you, some of you may be joyful from this, and some of you might be depressed of what you saw, but wait another year. After all, this is the Middle East. And in the Middle East, everything changes very fast, something like the weather in England. So if you don't like what you saw right now, just wait till 5. Thank you very much.